Here is a learning menu. So, a learning menu can work two ways. The first way is students have to pick one category and then they kind of pick based on that. So, for example, they have to do the sides plus an appetizer, or students might pick an entree and the slides. Or you might have students pick every single category and then one from each. So, for example, they have to create a screencast and they have to put it in their Google Slides presentation. They have to meet with a teacher. Then they have to put that slide on a Google site. And then they could skip the beverage. Or you could do something else where students only pick one of these activities in this category. So again, learning menus can look anything like they do it all, from one from each category, or they pick and choose. Here's another example. So students have to do every single thing, but they get to pick from the categories. So example, they're going to do an edu rep. They're going to come down here. They're going to pick one of the topics. They're either going to create a screencast about the topic or create a number mania. Flavors, then students are either going to do task cards or they're going to watch an ed puzzle. Then extra credit, they're going to do 3 photos and 1 word or a story cube. So go ahead and add to this list. You're going to create a blank new slide, and then you can create a learning menu for your own students. So right here, I've got a blank slide, and let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of steal some of these templates. And I'm not going to use them. I'm just going to kind of go over here. I'm going to grab the shape tool. I'm going to type appetizer. Okay, and then I'm gonna just go ahead and get rid of that. Then I wanna have my entrees. Then I wanna create my sides. And again, learning menus, like you can make it kind of look like a actual menu for your students, which can be really fun. And on Canva, if you type in, like if I go ahead and take a quick break, Canva has a ton of menus for like restaurants. And so if I type in menus, like I could use one of these as well for my design. So they've got already some of these mapped out. And then all I would have to do, like I love this look. So I might actually um, change the way that I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to use the Canva template because it is really cute. So again, go to Canva, see what they have because they're really, really cool. Okay, so for starters, my students, and they're going to pick one from each on this learning menu. Okay, and I'm going to call this Miss Howe's Diner because I've always wanted to have a diner. And then I'm going to have my students, for their starters, they can do, let's see here. What do I want my students to do when they first come in to the classroom? I want my students to see here. They could, oh man, I should have thought this out more. But maybe, okay, let's start with a subject. So let's say I am teaching math. I want my students, they can come in and they can do the Pear Deck activity. And it's going to be self-paced. They can come in and they can watch the Ed Puzzle video. Or they might need a conference with me. Okay, so they've got a couple different options and that they can do first. Let me go ahead and zoom in just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so there's my starter. Students will pick one of these activities where I'm able to kind of quickly differentiate and help my students as I need. Sometimes I might say, okay, in the starters, these students need a conference with me. Everybody else is doing this, or they can pick. So I'm able to do that as well if I want to. which can really help me if I'm trying to organize my ideas or help certain students or check in with students that I need to check in with. So again, I can, if I need to, say these students are doing this during this time, other students are doing this activity during this time. So I'm able to provide whatever kind of support I might need to do when I am working with my students, which is really, really nice, um, because then I'm really starting to differentiate my instruction. Okay, then let's see here. The next one, I think instead of burgers, I'm going to call it entrees because I want to go, or I could leave it burgers since we're in a diner. Okay, entrees. And I think for this one, what I want my students to do, so this is like the meat of it. This is like the big area of where I want them to begin to think about what they're learning and what they're doing. Okay, so on entrees, I'm going to have one of the options. Students can outline 10 different facts about the topic. I'm going to do outline. My students can, let's see here. Maybe I might do a poster, create a poster about the topic. And this for math, like if they're doing long division, they're going to explain every single step by step how to do that. And then another example that I want them to do is I want them to maybe sketch note about the topic. Okay, so right here with the entree, what I might do is I might have my students watch a video of me, and while they're watching, they might do that outline, the poster, or the sketch note. Once they're finished with that, they're going to go to dessert, and dessert is the fun area. And so like the first thing I might have them do is they might summarize their learning. This is also where I want reflections. Okay, so they can pick what they want to do to summarize their learning. And then the next idea that I might have them do is they could work with a partner to discuss. So I'm going to put discuss up here. Right, and then they're going to work with their partner, they're going to discuss together, and then they're going to create some type of digital activity where they're going to kind of share their thoughts that they did together. And then the next one that I'm going to have my students do is they are going to, let's see here, they're going to have an image. Okay, so they're going to have an image, and I'm going to say, using the image provided by your teacher, infer what happened in the picture. Okay, so they're going to really look and start to make inferences about what's happening, and then they're going to maybe recreate that. Okay, so there is my learning menu using Canva. And again, Canva was just fun because I stole a template and all I had to do was rewrite my activities in here. So again, I just went in and I was able to rewrite. I'm going to hit download, save it as a PNG. I'm also going to go over here and I'm going to change this to diner. And then I'm going to hit this share link. Instead of edit, I'm going to use this as a template. And I'm going to go over here to our Google slide, create a new one, add this, and then in the speaker notes, I'm going to add my name and the link to the Canva. Okay, so that way if you want to make edits, it's available to you. And again, super easy to do. They've got all these amazing templates, so maybe I wanted to use a different one. You're able to do that, and then you can add your own things. And again, students can pick from one from each, or they pick one from the whole menu. I kind of like the idea though where they pick one from each category. That way I can really begin to help and add some interest to my students because every single student is different.